products. I'm interested to see where is the price level when it comes to these kind of products that you're selling in the shop.
Yes, you know, when I first launched Gallery LA, the price points were definitely a lot more higher in the $1,200 to $400 range, and it's just like what was available for the type of quality that I wanted. And I think over the years, I've done so much more research to like bring that price point down to make it accessible. So I would say like t-shirts range like $30 to $80 in that range, and then the overall price point, I would say like the median is $150, but we have products that range from like that $30 to like $500. But for the most part, like things are falling into a more accessible price point. But I also feel like when asked that question and you're comparing that to like a fast fashion, you can't compare it to, because if you're asking someone what it costs for eco-friendly materials or vegan materials that are a lot more than saying just using like polyester or something else, it's more. And then we're taking another level and asking, are the workers getting paid fair wages? In LA, the minimum wage is $12, I believe. It's like $11 or $12. So you can't say, like it takes an hour to put on a zipper and to sew the whole thing, that even just their labor costs of making one garment.
Yes, it's all about being informed why and to understand why. And for example, at the vegan fashion week, how many designers were there?
So we had two different events. I mean, we had two different runways with 12 designers that were curated, and it was a fully collective runway that was, I styled and created all these designers because I wanted to keep it creative, so it's really something different than the marketplace, for example, where we had about 40 booths of the best vegan fashion, vegan beauty, vegan experiences. We had activations. I think for our first one, we really managed to gather a really great quality of brands. A lot of brands that are in this store were actually participating as well.
They're so excited for a movement like vegan fashion. Like it's the same thing.
Exactly, it's a revolution. I mean, it is a movement.
Yes, so this time, I organized this in 2 months, so it was a very, very fast process, very, very, intense. I really hope that the next time it's going to be even bigger and that I can, reach out to even more designers that are looking for this platform.
Yeah, very, very, very interesting. Well, really, congrats for
Thank
what
you.
you're doing.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I was thinking because for me, I've been vegan for a couple of years now, and but I'm still struggling with the fashion part. When it comes to all my clothes that I've been owning since before, like what do you do with those clothes? With the leather jackets, with the shoes that you have? I mean, if that kind of is not, in the same line with your values, what do you do with them?
Yes, so it's complicated. So
personally,
I purged all the leather from my wardrobe because personally I didn't want it, and I donated it.
You donate
to a shelter, for a women's shelter, actually, so they could use it, because people don't necessarily have the same values as me, and they probably need more than me. So I just got rid of it personally, and I gave it away. For the fur, because I used to own fur, vintage fur, before. What I did with it, which is really interesting, is that you can actually donate your fur to PETA, and they use this fur for little babies that don't have mothers anymore, animals, so they keep warm.
It's very interesting.
Yes, so you can actually donate your fur, so it's used for, trying to raise babies. But don't have their
That's
birth.
great.
Yes,
That's great.
So this is something you can do. You can find more information. So you can really find different ways to reuse these items. The most complicated was wool. or materials like silk that you don't expect in some clothes you love so much.
Yeah, because so many people, when they think about this, the vegan fashion, they think, of course, only about fur and leather. But it's also wool, it's also silk, it's also down.
Yes.
So,
yes.
Obviously, you need to get informed to know.
So, I mean, it depends. I mean, I'm not against people that decide to keep it for the, you know, I mean, if they owned it and they consider that it's okay for them to make sure they use it until it's destroyed, why not? You know, it's a sustainable way to move forward, you know, it's a process. So, I'm not against that option. You can donate or keep it until it's very bad shape. But,
we get a lot of that as well as like people that are transitioning more into a vegan lifestyle and like saying, what do I do with what's already in my closet? And I think that, like, yes, donating things is like a great way just to keep your values in alignment. But then once you get what I feel like, you know, thinking about a bigger sustainable mission. If you already own this stuff and you're wearing it, like why give all of that away to go buy other stuff? I really believe that, you know, like we need to support the environment, and so much of it comes through this constant consuming. Whether it's like, oh, I'm on to like this health trend or on to this next thing, you're like buying all these products just to fit within something, whereas you can start to like use what you already have. And recycle it, reuse it. Like if you love a pair of pants, it's like, just continue to wear those, you know, I think so many people are so hard on themselves about fitting inside of like this one box. And it's really about making better decisions.
Every day, as much as you can, for sure. And so if I'm going shopping, right? I'm going shopping and I don't have this beautiful store, you know, just to go in and to know that everything is sustainable, ethical. What are the things that I should look for when I'm making my choice? So I know that what I'm buying is sustainable, is in the welfare of the animals, or just eco-friendly, or...
Yes. So it's always about looking at the tags. So you come in the store, you can find anything anywhere, even at Target you can find vegan clothes, you know. It's not that I want to promote Target, but if you really don't have any option, you can shop anywhere. It's just about looking at the tag and make sure there is no animal products inside, you know, leather, wool, silk, you know, down like you said. And also to try to locate where it's made, because some, you know, a lot here in LA, I mean, we're lucky because a lot of brands, even cheaper brands, they're made sometimes in LA.
Yeah,
you know, I noticed
you
that.
can find unethical factories like all up and down Alameda, like where we are. It's like a lot of
So I mean, if you see that it's made locally, that's amazing. You know, you actually make sure about who made your clothes. It's not made in some country by a kid that is 12 years old, or you know. So trying to buy local, trying to buy animal free. I think it's accessible as long as you really research.
So it's basically the same like in the food industry. You need to read the label.
And I would talk to people, like when I go into a boutique or somewhere to shop and the sales associate doesn't know anything about the clothes, that's already a red flag. Like any ethical brand should be sharing that with their employees so that they can engage with customers. So that's actually a huge talking point. Like when people don't know where it was made, or you ask what are these materials even without you looking through the garment, that's like, just take those things as keys, like maybe I don't want to shop here. I think when you go to a place, and a lot of stores don't even promote themselves as like ethical or sustainable or vegan, but they are kind of curating their store selection. So they're excited to talk to their customers about those things. So I think that like just having the conversation is really great.
Yeah, that's great. You have very beautiful earrings. They're from
Thank you.
Yes. Because I was thinking, I mean, we know about clothes, we know about the materials for clothing, for accessories, but what about jewelry? It's like jewelry can be defined as sustainable or ethical.
So for example, I love these because the brand is called CLED, C-L-E-D, and they actually participated in vegan fashion week as well, and they share carries them in their store. They have an amazing story because it's actually glass that has been repurposed. And I believe they also have a social mission behind that. Right? I don't know.
Well, they're working with different restaurants around the city to get their discarded like wine bottles, as well as taking like other people's like vintage pieces to like get really unique glassware, and then their overall mission is that like within jewelry it can be like vegan. You don't have to use shells or you know like leather or any of these things to make the accessories. It can be done a lot cleaner.
But they look amazing. I mean, they're so sophisticated. Nothing that it's part of a glass that probably was used in a restaurant or.
Yes.
So, girls, what do you think about this trend? It's like fast-growing trend, the same as, because I'm always comparing it to food because I'm in this industry and I understand it more, and it's probably much bigger than when it comes to fashion. But what is the trend in fashion?
I wouldn't say it's a trend, like sustainability.
No,
is
not
like
a trend.
buzzing.
Yeah, definitely.
But it has to be the norm. I think right now there's so many people that are like, I am not going to shop with these brands unless you start to give me what I want. And so people are really the ones that are making the change. Like now you see so many bigger, like even the luxury brands all the way down to like the Madewells that are now like, oh, we're introducing ourselves and saying that we're using, you know, eco or conscious materials. This is where we're producing our clothing. We're eliminating, you know, or even trying to introduce like non-leather products or things. So those are like big steps because people are now like vegan and they're like, I'm not gonna shop with you unless I have these options. It's not okay anymore. And so I think it's creating a new standard because once you go there, you can't go back. You can't be like, okay, we're gonna add fur now. You can't do that. So now it is the standard. And so the more I think that we're talking about it and having these conversations, people are just becoming more aware and again, like starting to vote with their dollars. And so it's just becoming a standard. I think in the overall fashion industry, maybe it's like buzzing. People are now more aware of it, but it doesn't have to be a trend.
Yeah, it has to become a standard.
It can't like go back to
no. Actually, that's the beauty of this trend. It will never be able
never
to
gonna
just
go
die or just disappear.
Yes. So me, I want to go further, saying that to me this is really a shift in society. I believe that I'm talking about veganism, not plant-based, because there is two different currents. You know, there is people that are plant-based and that are plant-based for health reasons. They don't care about animal welfare. That's fine. That's their decision. But when we speak about veganism, this is something way bigger. This is, to me, the biggest social justice movement of the century. That people become aware of rights, and not only for humans, but also for the animals. And we talk about a subject that is very deep, that is speciesism. This is about trying to understand why, as a society, we consider animals food or clothes and other animals as pets, which is not right. This is called speciesism. This is a very strong topic, and this is what I'm carrying. I'm not talking to plant-based people, that's their choice, and I respect it, but I'm talking to vegan people that have really a philosophy and a lifestyle. And I believe vegan fashion is really the new anti-fashion movement of the century as well. You know, in the 80s, 90s, we have Japanese designers like Reika Wakubo that came to Paris with Comme des Garçons, and at the time it carried very strong societal vision. You know, they were moving forward toward minimalism, they were talking about the way we consume as a society, you know, they were really strongly impacting fashion with very strong political vision. And I believe vegan fashion is what it is. It's very strong political vision, it's very strong philosophy. Vegan fashion is about changing the world at its roots because we need this evolution the same way, you know, sometimes people say I'm going too strong, but I don't care. I believe that speciesism is part of evolution, the same way we evolved with racism, the same way we evolved with women, the same way we evolved with trying to avoid, you know, child labor, the same way, you know, it's really strong process for the world.
I agree with you. Yeah.
So,
having people understand that through their clothes, something as simple as your clothes.
Yes.
We're talking about something you put on your body every single day that raises awareness to change their habits. Because if it's, I can wear vegan fashion, then I'm gonna find, more beauty products that are now like clean or eliminated. You start to dig in deeper, and then you're like, okay, if I'm doing this, then maybe I need to eliminate it from my diet, or whatever way you choose to go.
And it's coming step by step, and you realize it in your lifestyle with the things that you're using, with the choices that you're taking, and obviously it's coming. But it cannot come like everything at one time. But
yes, so I believe this is evolution. It's definitely evolution from the food, and what you say is right. Is I believe the only way as consumer. I hear a lot of people saying, are walking in the street for climate change, and which is amazing. But I just want to say, okay, you're working for climate change, and that's amazing, and thank you. But as an individual, try to change things on a daily basis. Try to go deeper into your questioning, and I applaud you for thinking about, climate change. But try to be intersectional. You want to push, governments to switch the way they are dealing with climate change, but change yourself. Try to understand what is causing, this climate change. Try to consume a better way. Try to eat a better way. Try, to consume a different way. This is us as individuals that choose the way we are moving forward with society. We don't have to wait for laws. We don't have to wait for a different president.
It's about our own choices.
Exactly, it's us. We have the power from everyday choices.
And so much of it is about what are you doing with your money?
Exactly.
And that causes a bigger ripple effect.